Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The Trenches, episode 8 now. Damn, 8 episodes in. Here we are. Hey, yo, we're going to kick off episode 8 a little bit different. We don't have a guest for you guys today. We're just going back to the roots for this episode, just the three of us and our producer, Noah. Obviously, you know who it is. J Fine, SK, Don Gordon. We're going to start this episode off with something that we've kind of been doing like every episode. We just haven't like announced it or made it a segment. And so basically, like, to give a little bit of background, we're always like, you know, having a few drinks when we're here. And a lot of times, like, in addition to the drinks that like I get from like the store, I'll just grab like a bunch of stuff from like the fridge in my place and just, you know, throw them in the cooler. And it's always, I'm always trying stuff out. So it's always like odds and ends stuff. And I give them to the guys and curious what they like, what they don't like. And so we were talking about some of the ones they had before, and I think the consensus favors that coming into episode 8, the best random drink we've tried, other than High Noons, because that's just the staple. Oh, yeah, that's the staple. We can't. Yeah, that's untouchable. But we like the the cream, like the orange creamsicle,
yeah,
like
what was that, Bud Light?
Was that Coors? It was a Coors Light seltzer. It was a Coors seltzer orange creamsicle.
Man.
So, you know what? Let's do we have a coin? All right, ready? All right.
We got a cap right there.
You got a cap. Can you do flip a cap? Can you?
No cap? Yeah.
Heads.
All right.
Cap, no cap?
Heads.
All right. Let's do head. All right, heads. Tails is the open side. Between you two.
Oh, what are we doing?
It's between you two. It's the winner gets first pick. I got 4 drinks. You're gonna draft. So you're gonna draft.
Right.
You got heads.
I call in the air.
Okay.
Heads.
All right.
I stay winning. I should probably stop gambling.
Option 1 is a Loyal lemonade. It's not just a Loyal lemonade. It's a Loyal watermelon lemonade. It's my personal favorite of the Loyal series, and it's 9% alcohol. It's delicious and deadly.
And nutritious.
Sponsoring them, bro? That sounded really damn good.
Yeah, I would actually love if they sponsored us. Honestly, spending a fortune on booze. I'd love to get a sponsor.
Yeah, same thing with my wine guy. So literally, I feel you.
See, yeah, we should start bringing some wine. Sipping on some wine.
Yeah, bro. I'm down. I should have brought some today.
Week 2. Week 2 in a row. You
Week 2.
No,
It's all good.
I'm the worst.
Third time's a charm. Number 2 of the selection is a Down East cider. So look, I'm typically not a cider person. I heard someone say that Down East was really good, not a typical cider. I tried it. Not only is it not just a cider, it's a pineapple cider. Okay. It's actually really good. I tried that. I'm usually not a cider guy. That was bomb.
He really brought that for his girl, but you know, that's all right.
I'm not even joking. That actually was a little.
I know it. Boom.
No, well, we split it. She bought it and she was like, "Do you want some?" And I was like, "Yeah, kind of."
I'll try it.
All right, this next one, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. This next one, it depends on your taste, because I personally wasn't the biggest fan, but I had a friend who really liked it, and he's pretty picky. This one, I lied. This one is actually the strongest of the bunch. This is a Bali High Tiki Rum Mai Tai in a can, ice cold, 12.5% alcohol. So,
did he just say Mai Tai?
It's a Mai Tai in a can. I will say that was good. Again, it depends on your preference. It's not bad, not my favorite, but it was good.
I usually only get Mai Tais at Chinese food restaurants, so I mean,
Cutwater,
yeah.
Oh, I had a Cutwater Bloody Mary last weekend. And it was disgusting.
I fucking hate Bloody Mary.
I hate Bloody Mary.
All right, well, they're not going to sponsor us.
That's me. That's me.
All right, so we could be blatantly honest about these guys because they're already out. All right. The next and the last one is from Dogfish Head. They usually make some good craft IPAs. They got a strawberry and honeyberry vodka lemonade made from scratch, natural flavors. This is 7%. So it's weak, but it's actually very strong, and compared to a beer, a regular Bud Light, or like a High Noon, something like that. Actually, what is the Down East? Did we check the percentage? The Down East is not that low. The Down East is 5.1. So even our weakest selection today is the Down East at 5.1, but even that is stronger than a High Noon, a Bud Light, etc.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
well,
All right, so who got Gordon? You have first
got
pick.
first.
All right.
So I'm just gonna say when you pick it, just let me know I got my cup on the side.
Also, wait, are we doing this snake draft style? Does Gordon get 1 and 4, or does it go 1, 2, 3, 4?
I think it should go 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
1, 2, 3.
No,
Nah,
it's just
me and you.
I'm saying. So does it go
First,
1, 2, 3,
second,
4, or
third.
does it go 1, 2, 3, 4?
Are you not trying it?
No, I've tried it.
He says for us, bro.
This is for you guys. Yeah, this is yeah.
Fancy, huh?
Gotta wake up, G.
All right. Good morning. How you doing?
So we gonna go you, me.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All
Let's do
right.
that.
You got first.
All right, Gordon, first pick.
So
Dun, 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 dun. The first pick in the I don't even know what to call it.
in the beer slider / hard
Beer
seltzer
slider
/ vodka
selection.
soda selection,
All right.
we have.
What you gonna pick?
We're going with the dogfish. We're going
Wow,
for
the
the
dogfish. The dogfish. All
Real sleeper in the draft. Real sleeper in the draft.
right.
We can all see it now.
See, we
There we
from
go.
its stats that we've seen it, it's a really good selection that we've had here, and something about that honeyberry really shows that it's a contender in this tournament today. So, I'm really excited to see what we can get.
I'm just
Sound
gonna.
like Mel Kiper, man. He's just capping on it.
I'm just gonna say that that my personal favorite is still on the board, Steve. I think I'm not gonna tell you which one it is. I think I might have already, but you have some good options out there still. That was a good one though.
Yeah,
that
I'm
was a
not
good
worried
one.
about my selection. I think it's gonna be great. Let's see it. Let's go.
What you mean? So I got to taste it now? Yeah.
Oh no! You're in the
draft.
You're in the clock. You're in the clock. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I
I've been
can't
eyeing
believe
this from the
you let
jump.
him fell. You let him
Second
fall.
round?
What is this?
To the second round?
I'm just saying.
He's Trey Lance over
Was it
there?
Kwame and Mike and Michael? Was it the 1 or 2? Kwame and Michael? Is that what it was?
All I'm saying is these hoes ain't loyal. So
Hey, man. Shit, bro,
You
that's
guys-
all
I
else
gotta
me.
say.
You passed up on MJ. That's all I'm saying.
That's it.
That's all I'm saying.
Wait, what's next? What's next?
All
What's
right,
next?
it's down to the final 2. Gordon, we got the Tiki Mai Tai Rum, by far the strongest, and we have the cider. I will say, if Steve gets stuck with both of these, those are 2 strong ass drinks.
I was about to say I like that.
I mean, you got to think about it in our next draft, right? We have an authentic all around talent right here in the dogfish, being able to handle all things on the court, on and off the court. But we need that strong individual
Hold on,
to be able to
hold on,
back
hold
the
on.
team,
I'm about to go take my
right?
shit,
We
bro.
need that strong individual to back that team up.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I lied.
Hold on.
I lied because there's actually around 3 of the drafts.
Oh, shit.
Okay, excuse me, Silver. Seeing as we're about to do this.
I
draft,
promise nothing is better than what you both already picked, so don't worry about that.
Oh,
All right.
All right.
We got the absolute grapefruit sparkling Paloma.
Paloma.
Man.
It's
What is this? What is this?
it's exactly what it sounds like.
What are you?
And we have Old Faithful. You and I know him, Mr. Bud Light.
Hey, buddy. What's good?
All I'm saying is Bud Light is good for all occasions. Whether you're just sitting on your couch or you're going out a good time with the boys, Bud Light gets the job done.
We also got High Noons in the back. I mean, in the bag. I mean, just because always
That's
we got
a
High Noons.
refresher,
But
though.
The High Noon is the head coach.
It's like a palate cleanser.
you know what
There's
I
a
mean?
palate
It's a
cleanser. The
refresher.
High Noon.
You don't need it right now. But
Yeah.
what you got, buddy?
Well, in the third overall pick of the 2021 booze pick, we have Mai Tai for the third overall pick.
Wow, Don Gordon. All right.
Okay. He wanted that sound effect badly.
Thank you.
All right. Hi,
So,
Steve.
This is like a no-brainer right here. I just got to go with the down east at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. Old Faithful. Old Faithful.
Real concise, real
Yeah,
consistent.
yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
We like that. We like that. The crowd likes that. The people like that. That was the clear pick. No surprises there.
That was the Trey Lance of the draft,
21.
by the way. So.
Man, your first round buzz, I want to hear about it.
The Trey Lance of the draft. You should have picked Justin
What did he get
Fields.
on the one that What did he get on the one that like 51? That's what that shit about to be
39,
in.
39.
Now look. I'm just gonna.
21.
I'm just gonna say this. There's gonna be some conflicting thoughts on these last 2 drinks here, but I'm just gonna present it for you guys. All right. Here's the way we can look at it. This is definitely better tasting than this. This is not good. I will be honest about that. Absolute.
What's the percentages though?
Absolute is 7%.
Okay.
Bud Light is, I believe, 4.5
It's like
or
1.5.
4.2, something like that. So this is stronger. It tastes like ass. Well, it doesn't taste like ass. It's just not that good. Here's the thing, though. Here is the thing.
So absolutely will no longer be best.
They will not. They will not.
We're eliminating ourselves.
I wasn't really counting on it, so it's all right. Here's the thing I'll say about this, though. The one thing it's got going for it is we got non-beers here. We got like seltzers and ciders.
Yeah.
To go back to a beer is gonna hit you. It's not like in a drunk way, but it's gonna be like, oh, it just tastes different. It just tastes different. It's not the same. So I don't know. Something to keep in mind.
Well,
Pick number 5.
I mean, it's always great to be trying new things and trying to have different tastes and different power. When it comes to from an alcohol standpoint, from a taste standpoint. But at the end of the day, as a team, the true history of winning and being successful, you got to get back to your roots. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You got to get back to your roots. And who has better roots than Bud Light for the 5th overall pick?
The safe pick.
There it is.
Thank you. Dustin doesn't want me to be great.
I know this is the last one. I'm definitely going to take it. I was going to take this even if I had the Bud Light selection. You know why?
There you go.
I'm all about prototypes.
There you go.
I'm all about building up. So we're going to make something out of nothing with this one.
I'm saying that is a very pretty can. I'm about that.
It is beautiful.
It is a beautiful can.
The can is a lot of what sold me. When I got it, is a lot. It reminded me of something that would be like. I was thinking like almost like pink lemonade-ish. Like when I looked at it, it gave me like a really good vibe.
And the thing about it is, I like grapefruit, so
I do. I love grapefruit. That doesn't taste too much like grapefruit. I don't know. I like grapefruit.
Man,
I like grapefruit.
You're making me feel like this one's a bust. It's like for real.
Well,
for real.
hopefully I'm just.
Hey,
hopefully
don't listen to the haters. All right. No, the peanut gallery doesn't count. It's all about what you do as a team on the field, in the locker room, in the weight room together. All right.
Well, speaking of which, the Phoenix Suns came out last night and took care of business.
Oh, they did. They really
Where
did.
my chips at, man?
Your chips. Oh, we get you. We get your chips right there. No, can we get that chips?
Can you just pass me 3 of them? I only need 3. That's all we need.
Oh my God.
Oh, beautiful thing right here. We got. That's it. That's all we need left. Then it's ours. Then it's ours, bro.
You're not wrong.
I'm trying to tell you something before. Them boys came out on fuego last night.
Fire, bro.
I mean, they kept it close in the first quarter, but like after I believe like 5 minutes into the second, it was pretty much a done deal, and you could see that across the board. Like
big time. It's like it was because both teams were playing so well together at the beginning, and Giannis was being way more athletic than I thought he would be, especially for his first game back and whatnot with the knee. But things were just moving really solid for both teams, and obviously started changing as time went on. And you can see it from Milwaukee; they were missing a bunch of easy shots, easy layups, things that people at their level shouldn't be making mistakes from. And it kind of really set themselves apart. I mean, Chris Paul, unreal night.
Oh.
Devin Booker, unreal night. Come on now.
And Chris Paul didn't even get off to the hottest start either.
No, he
didn't
did.
score. He didn't score in the first. And that's the craziest part. You know what I'm saying? Like they started off on fire, but he contributed really nothing. I think he only had 1 or 2 assists, maybe 1 rebound, and that was it. And just to see them young boys come up and like take charge in their first finals appearance.
That's exactly
what I mean.
They acted like they've been there before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's the thing. You got to treat it like it's another game, especially if you've never been in that environment before, and you know the other team has never been in that environment before.
But yeah, that's the thing. That's that's got to be the thing that's the craziest to me. Is just like I know Devin Booker is good. Like I expected Chris Paul like at this point in his career, like with everything he's accomplished, like. To like do his thing and like perform, right? For me, it was okay. Devin Booker and Ayton, they're off to a hot start in the playoffs. Kudos, that's super impressive. Is that just a flash in the pan, or is it like when the bright lights hit? Are they going to start to like crumble? No. These dudes are built for the action. Mm-hmm. They want the ball. They are about it. Devin Booker is a bad man. DeAndre Ayton is a bad man. We were texting last night, and I said I'm not the first to call Devin Booker the new Kobe, but I agree with it, and I'm
surprised me when I read that text.
I was like, "Excuse me."
I was like, "What?"
Look, I think Stephen A. came out and said it. what was it, like a week or two ago?
Like,
He came-
2
yeah.
weeks ago,
Not that far away.
No, yeah,
not
and
that far away.
and I watched it, like I watched the clip on like the ESPN clip on YouTube or whatever it was, and I was like, you know what, like that's a really bold statement, especially because he made it with Magic Johnson sitting right there too, right? So I'm thinking like, I mean, that's a bold statement to make. So the more I watched Devin Booker, the more I'm like, he really is. He can get a shot off whenever he wants.
But no, for sure. On offense, yes, like amazing.
Like,
but remember what I was talking about, like I think 2-3 episodes ago. Like if he could step up his defense,
Yep.
it's gonna be monumental.
and
Did
he
you
has.
see it? Did you
He
see it,
has,
Listen?
yeah.
Just straight up clamped.
That's Mamba mentality, right?
And that's
there,
exactly what that team needed. You know, like he's not the true leader on the team. Is obviously Chris Paul's squad. Got to have the old head, you know, in there. But this is the new face. This is a new generation. This is going to be a leading scorer, even though that wasn't the case last night. Chris Paul had to shine a little bit in his first debut. But we're going to get back to Chris Paul. But I want to get on my boy DeAndre real quick.
Yep.
Do it.
Everything that I thought this dude was going to be, he's surpassing. I saw like a split, I want to say like prime Shaq, you know what I'm saying, with the basketball IQ.
Shaquille.
You know what I'm saying? Like the IQ and the footwork. And then I saw like another flash of like the 2009, 2010 Dwight Howard. Just with the pure athleticism.
Yep.
Just taking over, just being dominant whenever he could. You know what I'm saying? Like the boards, he had 19 last night. 19. No one ever has done that in the finals debut besides Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, I saw that.
How crazy.
That was so crazy.
How crazy is that stat, man?
So crazy.
But I'm also kind of a little pissed off at Chris Paul last night because the closing seconds of the game, boy could have got 20 rebounds. Chris had to come out, just take that real quick. But,
yeah,
you know, it's all good. But like,
But
you got to give it up to Chris. Like, that's cool. Like, let him do his thing. But my thing was, I just know that this dude's going to be unstoppable. And I know there's no one on that Bucks team that can do anything about it. Especially with Giannis hobbled like that. Like, he was still doing his thing last night. Shout out to Giannis. For real. With that hyperextended knee, that's some tough shit to come back from and do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell that dude was hurting.
yeah.
But DeAndre's just on another level right now. You just got to attack your opponent when you see a hole. When you see an opening, exploit it.
Oh, for sure.
You know
And
what I mean?
I 100% agree. But did you see, and I'm not even playing devil's advocate because I think this was just like a fluke thing. But did you see that one play? I think it was like the first or second period. Bro, DeAndre picked up Giannis. Giannis drove baseline. Like, Ayton got in front of him, and Giannis literally gave him a shoulder, like knocked him back, and then just jumped up and he hammed it.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, I
hammed it
saw
in his
that.
face. And I was like, and even the announcer was like, Giannis just bodied DeAndre out of the, I was like, damn, I didn't know he'd like
Knocked
he was
him back
doing
a
that.
little.
Like
Yeah.
that. So
He grown man moved that
crazy. No, and I still 100% agree with your point.
Yeah.
I just think it's like it's crazy just like to see like what type of strength like Giannis actually has too.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Because remember when he came in the league, he was like on Durant's level.
Yeah, he was skinny.
Like skinny.
Yeah.
Like, he could like lift a fucking 225 off
Then
the
he got
rack.
in the gym.
Then he got in the gym, started being so friendly with everyone and got focused, and then he just had unlocked his own Mamba-like mentality in that way. But it's still not going to be enough to go against the Suns team.
No.
Man.
I
Like,
mean-
not even close.
My favorite play of the I wouldn't say of the whole night for Giannis was when he pulled some DK Metcalf stop thing. He was on the other side of the court,
yeah.
and they're running up, and he was like, "Nah, man, not today." Pulls some DK Metcalf, put that burners on, came in, looked like LeBron in that one, and like
he
that
did in
one,
the Cavs
you know what I'm
game,
saying?
yeah.
The
Looked
Cavs
just
years
like
ago.
him,
Game
bro.
7.
Yeah.
Bah, came across that thing against the backboard. I'm like, damn,
That was nice. That was nice.
damn.
But it's clear to see on this Bucks team, let me be specific, it's clear to see on this Bucks team that he is definitely the Robin to Chris Middleton's Batman. Chris Middleton was going crazy in the gym last night. I mean, just floaters, fadeaways, step backs, pull-up threes, spot-up threes. It was just kind of crazy to see, like, this man just sacrificing, doing everything he can. But if it's not Giannis, I don't know who else is going to help him on that
It's
team.
not enough, bro. It's
There's
not
not
enough.
That's what it is. They just don't got enough.
I don't know what happened to Drew last night. He was doing some careless, like,
Bro, he was in the parking lot, bro. He was not there. He was irrelevant.
I have no idea what bro was on last night. He had some easy steals, especially at the clutch moments of the games too. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't good. Oh. And then Bobby Portis was just getting cooked by Chris Paul all last night. I mean, just absolutely just getting cooked by this man.
I mean, Pat Connaughton can't play 15 minutes for you. Like that's no. Like that's if that dude is giving you significant like minutes, that's a problem. I think it's really a shame that we're not seeing Phoenix and Brooklyn, because I would have loved to see that matchup, just given how Phoenix is playing now.
Would have won a lot of money, man. Just on that fucking matchup alone.
Did you have the matchup?
Yeah.
You bet on like the actual matchup itself?
Yeah. Just for them to be in the finals. I did that back in fucking February.
I bet a lot of people did something like that.
Back in February. I saw it. I was like, I see the future. But man, not that so Raven enough. Damn it. I was more like Corey in the house with that bitch.
Oh, easy. Yo, Corey.
I don't want to talk about Corey in that.
Easy. Buddy's on the chopping block right now. Easy.
Yo, that's actually a fucked up story. We ain't going to get into it, but.
We don't even, but apparently it's like old shit. He's just getting like, whatever. We don't want to talk about that.
It's on some.
But,
that Hollywood shit crazy. But anyway.
We about to be famous.
Last night's game was, if it's going to be anything indicative for the rest of the series, I just see them handling them easily. The Bucks, that is, getting swept.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I as much as I want to be like, yo, Suns in 4, because I'm nonstop Suns in 4 ever since that dude came out with that. But I feel like this was a wake-up call, because think about it, right? They haven't been playing with Giannis the last couple games, and every other player on the team's had to stand up. You know what I'm saying? The one person that we even didn't even talk about who had an unreal game, freaking Lopez. Man, Brook Lopez had an unreal game. How many threes he hit? He was going off on a
that dude flies super under the radar.
Super under the radar.
He is real. I would love to have him as like a fifth on like in the Celtics, just like
he would do so well with the
something
Celtics.
like that. Like, I love
true
something like
that we need.
Pretty sure he's the all-time leading scorer for the Nets.
Seriously?
Really?
Yeah.
I believe
he's
that.
like 1 or 2. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
That over like Jason Kidd and like all those.
Jason Kidd was the assist leader. He wasn't. I don't think he was a scoring.
He was nothing but passing that shit out.
Yeah, they had like that dude. Was it like something Jefferson, Kerry Kittle? Like they had a lot of like.
Richard Jefferson.
Richard Jefferson,
dude
yeah.
Trolling LeBron.
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Played with them.
He's third.
Still though, that's still pretty good.
Is Buck Williams, and second's Jason Kidd.
Right,
Jason Kidd. Okay, so
I have no clue who Buck Williams is. That's definitely some dude from like the 70s.
That nobody really cared about even then.
He was like the milkman.
He's still number one, man. That shit, that's kind of crazy.
Postman. Ooh.
Buck Williams. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, he played from 81 to 98.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, wait. All I'm saying is now, because with that, before they weren't playing with Giannis for the last couple of games, now with this game in their, kind of back pocket, they're trying to figure out where the pieces align. They're going to be able to improve and come back harder next game. I'm not saying they're going to win the next game, but all I know is it's going to be a longer and better game as we move forward.
Because they hung around for a while.
They did, but people got tired and forgot where they freaking aligned. You know what I'm saying?
But this is what I'm also going to tell you, because I almost forgot about this guy. I don't know how I did this. Jay Crowder. He only had 1 point. Right, and that was at the end of the game, foul shit.
Yeah,
and
but his defense, bro.
You know the free throw he made, bro. I was so bumming when he missed that. So the Suns were like setting a record. They were 20, like 6, the 25 for 25 from the free throw line.
This is 26,
and it would have been like a franchise record or NBA Finals record to go perfect from like having that many free throws attempts, like a record. And literally, Jay Crowder gets fouled at the end of the game. He's had such a tough night shooting the ball and scoring. He goes to the line. He gets the first one to rattle in. And I'm sitting there, and in my head, I said, it's just too perfect. There's no fucking way he makes the second one. As sure as shit, he bricked it. And I was like, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
It was his birthday, too.
It was his birthday? Damn.
That's so embarrassing. You'll never forget this.
Fuck that.
He won. They won,
game, man.
I know, but think about it. It's like, damn. I
was shitty last night, but we won.
So I don't think
depends on where your mind's at.
I mean, but it's the finals. Like, yo, there's no other team after this. Like, damn, I had a shitty scoring game, but my rebounds, I had 9 of them hoes. And that's exactly what I was gonna segue into.
Okay. Well, no. So that I guess that's kind of my question too. I was gonna ask you all three, Noah included. Like, did like, did you guys watch him closely? Like, I know he had like
yes.
1 point, but like, did he actually play poorly or did he just not score?
All right, let me tell you. He was trash all night. Scoring-wise, trash. Defensive-wise, amazing.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was really
Taking
tough.
charges,
there you
taking
go.
blocks.
There you
Dude
go.
had, let me look at this real quick. He had 9 defensive rebounds, and he had 9 rebounds in general. So you know he's just doing this damn thing on the back end post. He led the team in plus and minus. He had 19, plus 19. 0 for 8, right, from the field. 0 for 5. And then, obviously, we got the 1 for 2. But when I was watching him, like, they were up significantly, about 10, 12 points. But he was just doing some, like, dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Like, chucking up threes, missing, airballing, hitting off the backboard, not even hitting rim. And I'm just thinking, you see DeAndre right here. You see Chris right there. And you see Devin. Why even put yourself in that position? Just keep doing your thing on the defensive end.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like, I mean, you think
the
about it, like
boards,
we
take
were
the charge.
we were even talking about the charge that he had last night. That was such a game changer
Crazy.
later in the game.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when the Milwaukee was starting to like, make a couple moves, and then Crowder kind of stopped the momentum by just being a defensive specimen that he's been the entire game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, people like look at stats. They look at this. Even Giannis, right? He had 10 points in the first half, something like that. It's like, just because you don't have all the numbers doesn't mean you're irrelevant in the game. Like, they still have a part to play.
Exactly. Every team, I feel like every championship team needs that, like, that Marcus Morris, Marcus Smart type of just like gritty, tough dude who's not going to go out there and blow like your socks off with like his his scoring ability or like, anything that like, he's not going to pad the stat sheets with any crazy, but he's going to hustle his balls off. He's going to take charges. He's going to get steals, like rebounds. That's the type of shit you need. I don't know. I feel like every team needs that type of dude.
But he's
And Phoenix
Jay
has it.
Jay Crowder is that he's like that
Phoenix
too.
has it. Phoenix
Exactly.
has it with him. I was kind of disappointed in campaign last night. I thought he was going to do a little more.
I think he was relevant. I wouldn't say he was irrelevant or anything, but he played his role for the most part.
Well, that team's showing you they're deep enough and good enough that they don't need everybody to like have a good night.
Oh, no, and I'm not even saying
That's-
that on the offensive end because, like, he had 10 points. Like, for sure, I was just talking about on the defensive aspect of things. Like,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
shut the game down. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We had the 3 established scores. So I was kind of just a little disappointed. But Miles Bridges did his damn thing.
He looks really good.
Yeah,
Huh?
He looks like he's really comfortable with where he's at right now. So, like I said, I just don't see any way that they're gonna lose any game in this series, man.
I
At
don't
all.
think they will. No.
Like at all.
Bro, if the Suns win in 4, this will be the biggest thing in Suns history because they haven't been back here since when was the last time since Charles Barkley, and didn't they lose because Chuck
Charles
never won?
Barkley, he's
never
Never
won.
won.
So it's like this will be one of the biggest things for franchise history. Them winning in 4 because of the Suns in 4 guy, literally all of Phoenix is gonna go insane. It's nuts.
He's gonna have a good time this year, man. I mean, the Cardinals and everything, like
Yeah, speaking
Makes me
of
wanna
the
fly down.
Cardinals, honestly, that division, look, that's gonna be, I think, the best division of football. And I'm starting to wonder too, because actually, you want to talk about football for a second? You want?
Always.
Yeah,
We
let's
haven't
do
talked
it.
about football in a while.
Yeah, let's do
Down, bro.
it. Let's talk about this because the NFC West. I bet you could ask a million different people and somehow get a million different answers, even though there's only 4 teams. Like, how is the NFC West going to shape up? We got the Seahawks, we got the Rams, we got the Cardinals, and we got the 49ers.
Niners.
All right. Let's go one by one. I want to give me. I want to hear.
do you want us to start from the bottom up or from the top down?
So let's start with this. Let's talk about. Let's each go through and rank how we think they're going to finish in the division, from the division winner to the loser,
Okay.
and then let's just talk about each team in general, because I kind of want to break each team down a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. We can do that. You
Wait, no, you
want
go
me to
first,
start?
bro. Yeah.
Yeah. do
All
that.
right. At the top of my list, I'm seeing the Seahawks again, just because
Okay.
they're just gelling. I feel like their defense and Shaquem Griffin are gonna get things way more established than they did last year, because there was too many actually close games, because I had them on my defense, and that was something shitty, but I think they're gonna pull it together this year, and that offense is just amazing. Number 2, got to go right back to Phoenix. Cardinals are looking good. They just added J.J. Watt. That's a defensive veteran right there. Leadership, all that. I'm seeing that. Who else we got? I'm already putting 49ers last.
He's already putting 49ers last.
I just know because
that leaves the Rams at
3.
third.
Yeah, Rams at 3. I got so much shit to say about the 49ers. But anyway, I'm just saying the Rams, they traded away Goff. He's in Detroit now, so I don't even know what their quarterback situation is.
Bro, they got Matt Stafford.
Yeah, that's the
shit. No. Matt Stafford is not. All right, Gordon.
And 49ers, fuck Trey Lance. No, I'm playing.
Trey Lance, yo.
No, I'm playing. It's just that I really don't understand what they were going for in that at all because they had Jimmy right there, coming off injury, but I just really don't understand. And that Wonderlic IQ
maybe
test that we got back.
I got no clue.
I just don't. Yeah. But yeah, I'm done with it. So
yeah, I mean, I do love Seattle being the number one. I think they have such great team cohesivity, as in that offense is going to be consistently doing their thing. Right. Defense, obviously they have their patches depending on where they are, but I feel like they're going to be able to meld that together and be able to perform this year. Number 2 and number 3.
Who you got?
Bro, it is.
You conflicted?
I'm so conflicted between the Cardinals and the Rams. The thing is, I have never loved Detroit in any way, shape, or form, but I've always respected Matt Stafford. Just watching him, not only does he have a mind for the game, but he also has an absolute missile of an arm. There's not many people you can see throw the ball like that. A lot of people can make some nice passes, but if you ever watch Matt Stafford throw the ball, it looks like he's breaking the speed of sound. Like, it's insane. So, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how they kind of move things around this year and how they set things up. But depending on their changes, going to the few, I can see them being number 2. But right now for the number 2 spot, I'm leaving the Cardinals there. I don't want to. I don't know.
Wow,
I'm not saying I'm a Cardinals hater, but I also don't love their situation. At the same time, cool. They have J.J. Watt. Cool. They got Hopkins. Basically had the old Texans on their team. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not completely convinced on their quarterbacks. So yeah, I get it last year. It was he did play pretty decently. He did play pretty decent last year, but for some reason I'm not completely sold on what they're doing from that standpoint. I don't know. People can hate on my thoughts, but number 2 I'm doing the Cardinals. Number 3 I'm going to the Rams, just because I just got a feeling because from what they were doing golf, get rid of golf, they put in that more veteran Matt Stafford in there with his football mind, with his freaking cannon. They're going to be able to change things up for the better. And 49ers, man, hey, man, y'all do your thing. Surprise me, all right? Surprise me. You're number 4, but that's up for you.
49ers at the beginning?
No. Were you on the 49ers?
That trade pick? Man,
no, I was just being devil's advocate. I love being the opposite side. Y'all say one thing. I love just saying the opposite just to see what I can do. If I can't come up with anything good, that's what happens.
Nah,
all right, look. So you guys have the same order, right?
Not really. Just flipped on the back.
Same damn order.
No, it's the same order.
It's the same damn order.
No, you want
Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, 49ers.
What's wrong?
You know what? You know what I really think? You know what I'm saying? I was being nice. All right.
All right, look. So you guys, all right. That's you guys' take. I will say I agree with one of them, and I agree that the 49ers will be last in that division.
Okay. Taking the Cardinals, huh?
To win?
Boo Cardinals.
No,
not
word?
even. Nah.
I want to hear this.
I wouldn't do that neither.
Educate me, brother.
The LA Rams are not only winning the NFC West, they're winning the NFC. All right.
Oh my God, dude! I need a sound
Look
effect for this. Oh my God, give me something.
Give him some claps for that.
What is it?
Oh my! Yeah, that is a spooky pick. That is a spooky pick.
Serious selection, brother.
Look, I'm putting the Rams atop the division. Okay, I'll run through the order real quick, so that way we can move on to breaking each team down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the Rams at the top. I think the Seahawks come in second. I think the Cardinals are still in third. I don't think it's their year to make it over the hump yet, and I think the 49ers are in 4. Obviously, we gotta want to talk about the Rams, but let's save them for last. Let's start with the general consensus team, the team that we all agree on. the 49ers coming in last place. And still, this is a division where last place can still be like a 7-9 team. You know what I mean? Like I'm sorry, this year would be what, 7-10?
Yeah. 17 games,
7 and 10 or 8 or 7 and 10, 8 and 9, something like whatever that is.
Yeah.
But so, all right, look, I just think they're a team that they're going to regress. I think their defense played like above and beyond what like their expectations were. I think Robert Saleh was the engine that propelled that defense. Without him, I think they completely regress. As far as like Jimmy G in like the quarterback situation goes, like Jimmy's okay when he's healthy, but he wasn't able to win you a Super Bowl. Like he kind of dropped the ball when it mattered the most. Trey Lance isn't ready yet. I just don't think that team is, I don't think they're a bad team by any means. I don't think they have what it takes to.
They just don't know what they're doing.
No, to win the best division of football. No.
They just don't know what they're doing.
No.
And you don't go out and select a quarterback when you have DK
Crazy.
Metcalf, when you have to worry about DeAndre Hopkins and Robert Woods. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, I
AJ
know
Green,
exactly
too.
what you're saying.
What happened?
The Cardinals got AJ Green.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like, these are all acquisitions that, like, yo, we need to just look at the defensive side. Maybe a free safety, strong safety, top corner, not a slot corner, but look at that. Look at all those receivers, and you have to play them each of those teams twice a year. It's not looking good for you, bro. Like, I just don't understand.
They go and select Trey Lance.
Dude's not ready, and you already have Jimmy Garoppolo, bro. That's why I'm like, I really don't understand.
I get why they picked another coach. No, I'm just saying, like, I understand how, they want to look at it from an offensive standpoint because they're not thinking about next season. They're thinking about the future of their program. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about, okay, now I got to play, an offensive, force of the Cardinals next season. I'm thinking about what's the program going to look like in the next 5 to 6 years. So what happens? I'm going to take a top tier quarterback going in, develop him, because in no way, shape, or form is he going to be playing the next 3 years unless Jimmy G hurts himself. So he's there from a project, right? Didn't they say he was going to be a project? I'm pretty sure they made that statement. So, having Trey Lance there, fine. Granted, I would have picked Fields instead of Trey Lance, but how many times we're going to talk about that over and over again? So it's like, you know what? Trey Lance is there, got a future guy. Cool. Yes, they could have used a DB. Yes, they could have used some secondary guys to be able to help them and kind of build out what they're doing from a defensive standpoint. But like I said, I don't think that pick's a next year pick. It's a next 5 years pick. So that's just my sense.
So for the next 5 years, they're just going to be at the bottom of the barrel until he's ready?
Yep.
That's shitty.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think if you put the 49ers in like the Colts division, they could maybe win it. But I don't think they're a bad team. That's what I'm saying.
The thing is, when they ball out, it's not even their offense that balls out. I mean, Gary, they still got Kittle, who's literally the number 2 tight end in the entire league. Like, they still have some offense that's more of a defensive standpoint that they're superior.
I think they're going to be the team that goes like 7-10, something like that. Yet you view them as the team that's capable of winning any game in the schedule. They're capable of winning or losing any game in the schedule.
So they're really guaranteed to fuck up someone else's season.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think they're one of those teams that they're going to go out there and they're going to beat some really good teams, and they're going to go out there and they're going to flop against some
Kinda
really
like the
bad
Dolphins
teams.
back
Exactly. That's what I think they're going to be like.
I feel that.
I mean, everyone, we're all pretty, you guys have the Cardinals at second. I got the Cardinals at third. So, I mean, we're not too far off with them. What do you guys think about the Cardinals?
Go ahead, man.
I mean, I don't care for J.J. Watt going on there, right? I mean, J.J. Watt's a good athlete. I mean, he does well, and he was productive for the Texans. But I honestly don't care for him as some powerhouse. He if you actually watch him, he gets blocked like no other. It's nothing special. Sure. And the only time when he makes these big plays is because he was set in the right position. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he made some Aaron Donald-esque, no. I threw some dude down the ground, I went in, I picked the guy by his face mask, and I threw him down. No, he was in the right place at the right time, or he just followed his technique and some offensive guy made a mistake. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Cool. That, that's just what it is. So I'm not not too impressed by the defense. Yeah, cool. They have some new offensive targets, right? It was just know it said AJ Green on there. They still have DeAndre Hopkins, who's arguably one of the best top 3 receivers in the entire league.
Christian Kirk ain't bad either.
Exactly. Exactly. But I don't know. I'm not completely sold from a quarterback standpoint of what they got going on. But, that's just me, right? I mean, what happened?
So do you think Kyler Murray regresses or builds upon what he did last year?
I think he's... See, the thing is, I'm not saying he's going to regress, but I'm not saying he's going to make any astounding progress this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say he's going to plateau. I'm not saying he's not going to grow a little bit, but I don't see him making some Patrick Mahomes in 1 year all of a sudden become the Super Bowl quarterback that they need type thing.
Why not though?
I don't know. It's just a vibe, man. It's just one of those things.
Even when they picked up AJ Green, you still don't think that's
I just
enough?
don't think, because I think it's more. Because what happened, right? He had a pretty decent QBR last year, right?
Yeah,
he's made some good decisions.
It was shaky at the beginning, then it got better.
And then it got better, which I expect him to continuously do. But I am not sold on him being a Super Bowl winning quarterback right now. So I don't know.
Well, you know who is a Super Bowl winning quarterback?
Tom Brady.
Multiple. Well, Tom's won multiple, but you know who's just won one that everyone seems to really love, and myself included. I love him too. Russell Wilson.
That's my guy right there.
I love Russell Wilson. I don't hate him. I don't hate on Russell Wilson one bit. I would take him as the quarterback and leader of my team in a heartbeat. You guys got the Seahawks as the consensus #1 team.
And his wife's hot.
And his wife's hot, yes.
Sierra.
But I have them as the #2. So again, we're not too far off. I think that whoever is the #2 team in that division still gets a wild card spot. So we both have them as a playoff team, I guess. All right, talk to me about the Seahawks. What do you guys think? I can't argue that it wouldn't if the Seahawks came out and won the division. I know I have them at 2, but if they won the division, I'm not going to be shocked.
No, not at all.
So, what are you guys? What are you guys thinking about that?
I mean, Seattle, they're freaking offensive menaces. You know what I'm saying? They're absolutely drop dead one of the strongest offenses in the league. And then having a brilliant mind such as Russell Wilson being able to do what he does, whether it be running with the ball, whether it be tossing it, he makes great decisions. Granted, he's not perfect, right? He will make a mistake once in a while, but he knows what to do and how to lead his team to be successful. The defense over there, right? They've done a pretty good job of what they've done over the years, but always if they can eliminate some of their mistakes they were able to make last year, I think they can be an extremely strong team next season.
Bro, they still have Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright. I just seen this right now, got Carlos Dunlap, who was a menace for the Cincinnati Bengals
They did it.
Menace.
So I'm not even gonna touch the offense because we talked about that for so long and so much, but the secondary is still elite. DJ Reed, Jason, I know all these people. Witherspoon, I'm not worried about that, but I'm looking at their linebacker and especially their DN spot, and that's exactly what I was talking about last year. They had so many times where teams were just beating them off the edge, and then that leads for your secondary to come down and try to help you out. Can't allow that to happen, especially on this high-power offense. You need to get that ball back to your offense as fast as possible so they can score and you can mitigate all these other teams.
Yep.
And the best thing they did was getting Carlos Dunlap to seal off that edge. Even if it's only one side, it's still bringing down half the field, so you only have to worry about that one half. So I think that they're going to do phenomenal on the defensive side. That's why I'm not even worried about the offensive side. And I just think that they're going to handle everybody in that division. Especially if they have to play them twice. They might lose to maybe one or two of those squads like the Rams.
Yep.
Maybe the Cardinals, but that's all I see once out the year, out of those two matchups that they have.
Okay, so no, look, I kind of agree. I think Russell Wilson's really good. I like some of their core pieces, on defense, like you said. I love having KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner. I think their secondary, while I don't think their secondary is elite, I do think it's good, and I think it's young and getting better. Yeah. Their D-line, they lost Jadeveon Clowney in the edge, but they brought in Carlos Dunlap.
Which honestly is a positive. I mean, Jadeveon Clowney, he's great. I mean, he's good, but he's not great. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that was one of these scariest dudes in college, But I think it's the behind the scenes what didn't keep helping maintain that. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
Like
laziness, even in college.
Exactly.
Bro. They even said bro was lazy in college. So like, especially when you get to the league and people keep telling you you're great, and you still doing like bits and flashes of what you're doing in college, but you're never doing anything to maintain that at a professional level. It's never going to translate.
It's never.
Prime example, Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Like, great in college, definitely smart, knows the playbook, but there was just some other shit that was just going on. People around him were all yes men. And that's the problem with the yes men. Like, people are just going to tell you everything that you want to hear, not what you need to hear. And that's what was around
priorities,
both of them.
bro. Priorities. Like, that shit was, getting better wasn't a priority. Sometimes, like, oh, bro, what are you talking about? Like, oh, no. There's playing ball, getting better at your craft, and succeeding, or there's doing what you feel is right. And at the end of the day, if those shits aren't in the same barrel, then you're not doing what's right. That's what it is.
For sure. I mean, look, he did tear like his ACL, and he had a few other injuries like as soon as he came to the league. But I 100% agree. He didn't have the work ethic. He didn't have like the mental game. Right. He kind of took himself for granted, and I think he came into the league thinking, "Oh, I made it. Here I am," as opposed to being like, "Now I'm just getting started with my work." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I agree. So I mean, can we argue Carlos Dunlap is an upgrade at the end?
100%.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
I think we could.
Sure.
So look, the rest of the D end is good. The rest of the D line is good. They're not elite. So I would say the linebacking core is pretty elite. The secondary is good but not elite. No. The D line is good but not elite. Overall, I think it's going to be a good, stout defense. I don't think it's going to be the best defense in the NFL. I think it's going to be good, but I think they're going to need to be good because they're going to have to deal with the likes of D-Hop and Kyler Murray. They're going to have to deal with some of those threats. They get Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but in Sleeper, you saw it, bro. And if you looked at the list of available tight ends, Gerald Everett was like the 15th one on there.
Crazy.
And I looked at it and I said, I don't even care what his ranking is. Because I looked at it and I said to myself, oh, he's so low on the available list. Like, I could probably get away with like letting him sit there for a while. Sure. And then I said, no, I'm just going to scoop him up. I'm scooping him up right now. But yeah, I think he's going to go off. You obviously got DK Metcalf. You got Tyler Lockett. You have Russell Wilson, who's won a Super Bowl. Zach, I saw a stat the other day. He's never dropped an end zone target.
Oh, I know.
Never dropped an end zone target.
And I got Tyler.
Bro, it's crazy.
I got both of them.
Oh, I know. I
love it.
Beautiful hands.
If there's any, I mean, you can't really argue that there's any more of just a solid, reliable offensive nucleus than Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, and DK Metcalf. And then you add Gerald Everett, who could be really good. You add, a healthy Chris Carson to the mix, hopefully a healthy Rashad Penny. I hope just for his sake he's healthy. Just not even because I like the Seahawks, just personally for him, just because I know how highly touted he was coming out of San Diego State and all the high hopes everybody had for him. And he'd just been injury after injury after injury. And you hate to see that happen to someone who's so skilled and talented. So I really hope he can have a bounce back year and kind of get his and reestablish himself in the league, because I think he's like on the precipice of fading out, but he still's got that chance over there. So we'll see what he can do. The O-line is pretty good. They've been improving it. I mean, overall, I don't think there's any arguing that that's going to be a playoff team, whether they win the division or whether they, sneak in there with the wild card. I think we're going to see them play late into the year. But so now this is the team that I think we have the biggest discrepancy, because we all agreed 49ers were last. Right. We all agreed Cardinals and Seahawks. We agreed Seahawks were 1 and 2. We agreed Cardinals were either 2 or 3. But now you guys had the Rams at 3rd, both of you, and I got the Rams at 1. So that's our biggest discrepancy. So I want to kick it off with the Rams. Yeah, I want to just touch on real quick. I think what's his name? Stafford. I think Stafford is a huge upgrade over Jared Goff. Like, huge. I think that whole team, that whole organization gave up on Jared Goff last year in the playoffs when that dude didn't start the playoff game and then came in off the bench and finished it. He didn't start the game because of an injury, and then he came in after the first drive and finished the game. You mean to tell me you're the head of a team, the leader of a team, and you're healthy enough that you can come in after the first drive and finish it, but you're not healthy that you can start the game? Everybody gave up on him after that, bro. And If that was your quarterback, are you fucking risking your ACL or your blood, sweat, and tears for that dude?
Nah, honestly, if that was me in that position, I'd be like, Coach, Buddy doesn't know what he's doing out there on the field. Like, you could tell, like, look in his face and his eyes, like, you know, when Fox, like, goes to commercial, they panning on the quarterback, looking at him. He's just looking lost in the fucking sauce. So, no, I'm glad they got Boy up out of there because Sean McVay was about to have an aneurysm if he had to deal with him one other year.
Oh, yeah. Facts.
He was going to have an aneurysm if he had to deal with him another year because Sean McVay is up here with his football IQ. Jared Goff with his, not even close to the fucking table right here. Like, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm glad they got him out of there. I do like Matthew Stafford being there better than Jared Goff. I still just don't see them just like this year being number one, just beating out that division with all that talent. Yeah, they do have all the pieces on the defensive side. Can't forget about Aaron Donald. Like, that boy is a menace. But it's just, I just don't see it being enough to face these teams 2 times in a single season.
I mean, look, Gordon, I'll let you go first because you haven't gotten to go yet.
No, so the thing about me, right? I'm a big Hard Knocks guy. Yeah. Love Hard Knocks.
Yeah, love that shit.
I don't care how bad your team is a season before. If Hard Knocks can make you look like you're gonna be good, I'm locked in. Like, I've been a frickin' Browns guy for years just because of like how good Hard Knocks made it. Hard Knocks was like, yo, these guys are gonna be like this, that, and like. But you watched last season during the COVID season, it's like the LAs, right? So the LA Chargers and the LA Rams. And honestly, I was kind of like, yo, who are these guys, bro? Bring me back, dude. I want to see Melvin Gordon. Like, I want to see those guys. Like, I don't even want to see these guys anymore. If you can't even sell me during a Hawkeye season, even though you guys are like, all right, then I don't want no part of that. I don't want nothing of that.
Bro, I literally couldn't disagree with you. I honestly, I couldn't disagree
them
more.
Teams are real trash.
Yo.
The Dallas Cowboys, remember that one? Bro, that shit.
Bro, the Cowboys are back.
The Cowboys are back.
They're the new season. They're the new season of Hard Knocks. That's which, again,
I don't get it.
It's just going to add to the whole dumpster fire of the organization. But as far as LA,
Get it, bro.
Bro, no. All right. Look, let's switch to Hard Knocks real quick because I'm just gonna. I want to say this: Hard Knocks is the kiss of death, though. It's the kiss of death. It's hilarious, but it's the kiss of death. If I know a team is going on Hard Knocks, fucking just pencil them in to have a shitty season. Okay,
Instant.
That's my mentality.
Everybody's be like, yo, they coming to practice today. The camera's gonna be on. Yeah. It's all a wrap. That's what happened with fucking the Browns. That's what happened with LA, and that's what happened with your squad. You know, like it's just trash, bro.
I know. I mean, it's just one of those things. And you know, for those that do their draft picks and stuff like that, do not base your draft picks on for your fantasy football on Hard Knocks because, I mean, who is it? I had when the Texans were on there, they had like a Key Blue was on there and they were showing, oh, he's having a great summer. He's doing this, that, and the other thing. What happened? I ended up drafting because our Hard Knocks is like a third string running back and he got me nothing that one season. I'm like, damn.
I know
you know what I'm talking about, Blue, right?
Yeah,
but he was also getting bullied by Cushing, like that entire
Brian Cushing.
Yeah, he was getting bullied by that dude.
I know exactly what you're talking about. No, all right. Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about. It's just like, you know, Hard Knocks does a great job of getting you excited about teams that are not where they're supposed to be. And the fact is, I watched the LA Rams last season and I wanted no part of that. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm out, boss. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, no, yeah, the Cowboys, if anybody had any hope for the Cowboys to get this shit together going back into this season, that's all gone with Hard Knocks. That's all fucking gone. So
I think it was only Dallas who had that.
Bro, which unfortunately is like half the year. You know, Dallas is like the most popular team in the country. It's literally, they call it America's team. It's like literally America's team. Though.
Patriots should be America's team because we're Patriots.
It should be America's team.
Because they have one star, it makes it America's team.
America. Fuck yeah.
Look, anyway, just to wrap up the NFC West talk, I want to say with my piece just say my piece in the Rams real quick.
Let's hear it.
I do think that they're going to have a great season. I expect them to go to the Super Bowl. I think they've upgraded themselves pretty much in every area. Like they've basically kept the nucleus of that defense together. Just keep on improving between like identifying young talent and then like they're just old studs like Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, etc. I think Matt Stafford was a gem in a coal mine for the longest time. He's in one of the shittiest organizations in sports up in Detroit. And I think that boy is talented. Aaron Rodgers even came out and said that, like, you know, Matt Stafford is a bad dude. And a lot of people have said that he's a bad dude. Even Sean McVay came out and said that Stafford is a bad dude. And look, that dude picked him up. He's balling, and that dude is only 32 years old. That's like when quarterbacks like hit their prime. It almost seems like, you know what I mean? He's got all the weapons. He's got Robert Woods. He's got Cooper Kupp. He's got Van Jefferson. That's a good. There's three good receivers. He's got Tyler Higbee. I really like Higbee.
Bro, Higbee last year, bro. Higbee really sold me last year.
He's a beast.
He had a great season last year.
Yes, he's proven that he can play. Okay, you got Cam Akers in the backfield, who's looking like he's gonna be, you know, the next almost like Zeke kind of. I love Cam Akers. You know I love Cam Akers.
Yeah, That's what I'm saying.
I'm all about him. That's good. That's a good offense. That's a good defense. That's a well-coached team. I have high expectations, and I just think Matt Stafford is a man on a mission with something to prove. Hey, put the team around me, put the atmosphere around me, give me the ball, let me do my thing. I think barring any serious injuries, I think that's going to be a good team. But we got a little bit more time before we got to wrap it up. You got what else? What else do you guys want to get into? Any other things itching?
I see you
on your mind
over there.
I mean, there's been a lot of things going on in sports. I mean, you got to think about what's going on with the Olympics right now. Like, how big is that? Like, Sha'Carri Richardson, right? Like, they just officially came out and said she's not on the 4x4. She's no longer on the 4x4. And it's just like, she just broke all these records and stuff like that, and it's like, and you think, out of the majority of the country is okay with smoking weed. I personally don't smoke weed, but the majority of the country has made it legal to smoke weed. But because of the Olympics, but like I keep jumping, but like her thing, right? People were so against her because she was wearing eyelashes. She was wearing her extended fingernails and doing this and thing, but she was excelling at what she did. And because, eyelashes, fingernails, and because she smoked weed, which is legal in most states in the United States, she's not allowed to be on the Olympic team? Really?
And it's just really funny. It's not even the extensions and the long nails or acrylics that people were saying she shouldn't be in the Olympics for. That was just their own personal preference that they didn't want to see that. But the funniest thing about it is, if you really think about it, all that shit will just slow you down at the end of the day. So you're telling me y'all really just mad at her because she wore all this extra shit? That's like having extra gear on you, right? And then you're going to tell me y'all mad again because she smoked something that's not even a performance enhancement.
Like, literally.
It's a performance de-enhancement, if anything, for her fucking lungs full of weed smoke, and she still busted everybody's ass. What's really the problem?
Bro, literally,
no problem.
I'm really trying to figure out what really is the problem.
So she broke that time and was literally pointing at the camera and still broke, but she was so far from the thing. She was pointing at the camera and still made it broke. All right,
so
look,
come on, I'm going to preface this by saying I 100% agree it's bullshit, okay? But we got to play we got to play both sides, right? And so as athletes, there's always rules you got to follow, right? Sure. And those rules might not necessarily be what's best for you personally, but it's just a general guideline that whatever organization is running the sport uses to keep everybody under like the same level playing field, right? So while I think that it's complete bullshit, the argument that I keep hearing, on the other side is, well, those are just part of the rules. She knew the rules. Like, why is she surprised that when she broke the rules, she's getting like a suspension or something for it? So I guess as athletes, do you guys understand that side? Because I'm sure you guys growing up, you went through a ton of situations where you didn't necessarily understand the rule or anything like that, but you just said, fuck it. It's what we got to do to play the sport.
But the thing is, it's not that simple.
And I agree. That's what I'm saying.
But
yes,
no, but like the thing is like I don't know how many people actually know about what we're in our personal life.
Educate them.
Literally, her mom died like a week before that race. Mm-hmm. And as a person at her age, how old is she? Like early 20s?
I'm not sure.
She's a young individual. Her mom passed away, which I am assuming, is someone that's really close to her.
It's gonna be off.
And you're trying to run your biggest race. You're trying to keep calm. You're not trying to freak out. You're trying to be focused. And sometimes people need that thing to kind of like bring themselves back. It's not like she is shown because like she's 21. She's 21. She's a kid.
Damn, she's
a kid.
Damn.
Trying to like get her mind right for one of the biggest races of her life to be able to put her in a position that she's trained her whole life for, and her mom died. So she smoked some weed. It's not like there's been some tendency of her smoking weed or trying a career, failing all these drug tests, because this is not her first drug test. And now this is because she fails this drug test. She can't go to the Olympics. What? Because her mom died and she wanted to do something. How many times us as adults, someone dies, right? What do? We all go to the bar together and we get hammered. And just because it's a celebration of life, something to help us, bring us all together. Because she chose not to drink. She smoked a little bit of weed. And because that was one of the things, she's no longer allowed to serve the country as an Olympic athlete. That's a shame to me. That's an absolute shame to me. But who am I?
So the whole thing, like you were just saying, it's all circumstantial. Like, yeah, the rules, all that, but like everybody has their own story. So that's the whole reason that you go through the due process, right? To hear it out. Why'd you do X, Y, and Z? Yeah, that's in the rules. It's going to Olympics, but at the same time, you really got to look at what Gordon was just saying, the situation at hand right here. Like, that's something that's big to, I think, pretty much everyone who has a family.
Yeah.
Your mom dies, your dad dies, like, you're going to try to find some way to cope. And I felt like she found the best way to cope other than like drink it or just...
The most unself-destructive way to cope.
Did she come out and say, so I didn't know much about the situation. Did she come out and say that that's why she smoked weed, like to help get through that difficult time? Did she come out and say that?
She was saying, because I know she had done some news outlets, and she did like an interview with this woman. It's like she's saying that she was going through a lot, and she understands the actions that she did.
She didn't blame it.
She wasn't blaming on her mom's death or why she did it.
She was just saying I was going through a tough time. I was trying to get myself right.
Yeah, professional way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
and
gotcha.
if people are really smart, they should be able to
They'll read between the lines. Exactly. Okay.
And be like, yo, like this is what it is. But it just sucks because like it's a two-head thing right here that I was gonna say. One is gonna make a lot of people not watch the Olympics. And when I say a lot of people, I mean straight up a lot of African American people because they're gonna say it's not fair. But two, at the same time, there's so many more African American athletes that are performing, and they've been training for that their whole life. And it sucks to see that they're not going to watch all the other ones go because one made like the news, even though it was like a tragic story that was going on. You don't want to diminish all the other athletes and participants that are going to be in the Olympics because of something that the news put out there like that.
Right.
So it sucks right now, but I feel like she's going to be straight with endorsements and all that. Like,
oh, she's going to get rallied. People are going to rally the shit.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even worried about that, but I just hate to see that the other side of that people might not watch the Olympics because of that situation.
Yeah, just like I think her name was Gabrielle Thomas. I can't remember. She made a post and she made a post because she just broke some kind of record or did something today or something like today or last like within the last week. Yeah. And she was saying like I know people are going to be boycotting and not doing this, but at the same time, it's like I have trained my whole life to be in this position. I'm not going to step down from this. I'm going to do this. What am I? I mean, I get it, but at the same time, for me personally, I can't blame her at all. I can't blame her. She's about to step on one of the biggest stages of her entire track and field career. And people are saying that she should step down in support. He's like, no. Are you going to support me, with my financially if I don't do this? Are you going to support my career if I don't do this? No, you're not going to. That's not going to happen. I get it. I can support the culture, this, that, and everything. But at the same time, unless the sports are supporting me, I'm going to keep going.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It just sucks because it just brought it to this point. It didn't need to be at this point, but It is rules. It's there for a reason.
Rules are rules.
Yeah, no, really though, they're there for a reason. Especially when you're going against that high level of a competition, like around the world. Like, come on,
For sure.
you
And
know, it just sucks. It really sucks.
so one thing I guess I'm curious about, and I mean, it might just be coincidence. I don't know, but like, I think back to like how the NBA has never like, one of the things in the players agreement is that in the NBA, like they don't drug test for weed, right? They don't consider that like a performance, like enhancing substance. That doesn't show up on like your drug test, right? So if you're someone who's in the NBA, in like, you know, say you play for the Celtics, you're in a state where like it's legal to like buy, smoke weed, and you're not getting tested for it. If you wanted to do so, there would be like no reason not to, right? So if you go over to the Olympics, now all of a sudden you have a completely new set of standards. So I'm curious how like this situation has never come up before with athletes, because I know there are plenty of athletes who smoke weed, not only recreationally, but use it as an alternative to like pain medicine and things like that. But I'm also curious, like moving forward in the future, how you're going to reconcile the situation where like some leagues in like professional leagues don't test for it. Some leagues straight up allow it. And then you have these competitions that straight up won't let you compete like if you test positive for it. I think that's a really messy situation to put all these athletes in, because it's like, what do you like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you supposed to have any cohesiveness?
Yeah, you can't. And at that point, you might as well start fucking drug testing people for like alcohol or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's legal to buy, it's legal to consume. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, where does the line stop? You know what I'm saying?
Not only that, you got alcohol companies sponsoring the fucking.
Exactly my point. So what's the difference between like a dispensary sponsoring any of these teams? It's really not that big a deal, but it just gets different.
It's not that big a deal because it once was a bigger deal. You know what I mean? It is a bigger deal because it once was a bigger deal. And even though we're not 100% of the way, there are still some people that think that way. And so it's kind of like, all right, we are the Olympics. We are a tradition that started from the beginning, from the original Greeks, from the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just time and time again.
Alcohol literally kills you. That's all I'm gonna say. It literally kills you.
The only thing, and again, I'm pro, but I'm just trying to keep thinking of ways to play devil's advocate. The only thing I'm thinking is, I'm thinking of some of these countries where like literally, like you think of countries like Thailand, like the Philippines, or not Thailand, but like the Philippines, some of these countries that are super, super strict on like drug laws, right? Even with like marijuana, like you could get like put in jail or even like death penalty for like having like a joint, not even like trafficking the shit, you know what I mean? So it's like countries like that are all participating on the world stage and like looking on the world stage, like what starts to happen is there like a potential domino effect if the Olympics start saying, hey, this substance that like, I know like most of the world and like, you know, especially in the United States, like everyone's kind of cool with it, but like I know in your country, your culture, like your people, like they think it's like literally the devil's plant. Like, how do you guys reconcile with that? Do you think there's like a slippery slope where like you start to like infringe upon like what like some other countries and like cultures like value and believe in, like stuff like that? Like that, it's just weird. I don't know how you reconcile all that stuff.
I'm trying to think of the ones. What do we have here? Oregon?
Was it?
The one state that allows all the drugs to be.
I think it's Oregon, like acid.
But do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was Oregon. So what happened is, I think it was either earlier this year or during the election, Oregon came out that basically everything, they decriminalized most of all drugs.
Right. It was literally all drugs.
But the thing is, they did it in a smart way, right? Because at the end of the day, right, what are you going to do? You're throwing this guy that was a drug addict doing this, that, and the other thing. You're throwing him in jail for, you know, how many years? This, that, and the other thing for life, whatever. And so, but the thing is, they made it that you are mandatory. You're mandatory rehab. You're mandatory having to check in for a set period of time until you get better. And it's just like, honestly, that couldn't be a better way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, like it's you're trying to get people healthier. You're making sure that people are no longer addicts or anything. And so by having them doing rehab and getting better, it's better than throwing them in jail and walking away with the key. And they wonder why, these jails are filled with these, that, and the other thing. But at the end of the day, how are you helping them? I can't remember the last time someone came out of jail and was like, wow, jail really helped me be a better person. When's the last time someone said that?
No.
A movie?
A movie. A movie.
Yeah.
No, I think the worst thing you can do for someone who's addicted to drugs is arrest them and send them to jail. I think that's crazy. But we're going down a rabbit hole.
I was about to say the whole reason I said Oregon was the whole reason I was saying Oregon is because like they're like the one country in the United States that United States that allows the
50 states.
the uses of like all drugs. You know?
Well, no, look,
Like,
I agree.
so,
like,
when do you stop it?
that's
You
what I'm
know
saying.
Like,
now you're an
don't
athlete
know.
from Oregon, and now it's
You
like
feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm like. I don't know. Like
it's a rabbit hole. It just goes deeper and deeper.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
So honestly, it sucks that there are situations like this, but I think if we could say that if there's one silver lining, it's that these type of situations get the conversations flowing, and the conversations are what eventually leads to like leagues and governments and etc. whoever changing their ways, policies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, maybe, who knows? I've heard a lot of people say, because of these, like this conversation and the fallout that's going to come from it, by the next Olympics, it's going to be allowed. You know what I mean? So
it's going to be huge.
that's what I'm saying. It's just like we talked about in the last episode, I think, the trenches, where I don't know, maybe we did cover it, but where they were saying how college athletes could use their likeness. Did we talk about that in the last episode?
we
And
did.
we were saying how should Reggie Bush like get his Heisman back, stuff like that. Everyone's going to say like 4 years from now or 8 years from now, like it's THC is no longer going to be like a banned substance from the Olympics, and everyone's going to be saying, should Sha'Carri get like an honorary medal? Like, could she sue the Olympics? Was she screwed? And that's going to be the conversation. But it sucks that she's in that position, but that's the type of shit that's going to change those rules down the future. You know what I mean? Because if nothing like that happened,
because it's going to be brought to the Supreme Court at one time or the other.
Something like that. Like if it wasn't like, think of it, if there was never anything like this situation happening, why would the Olympics ever go back and reevaluate?
Right, exactly. And it's causing such an uproar right here.
Right.
So, yeah.
So anyway, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we're coming up on a little over an hour. I think honestly, this was another episode. This was real trench talk. This was
right
Hey
here.
man, I got one more thing I don't want to talk about.
What you don't want to talk.
I don't want to talk about
what
this,
you're going to talk about. What's
Okay.
up?
bro. Nikhil Harry. I don't care.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about it. No, I don't want to talk about it.
let's talk
I
about it
told
real
you
quick.
I don't
Let's
want
talk
to
about it
talk.
real
No. I don't want to talk about it.
Now we got like 5
I don't
minutes.
want to
Let's
talk about
Let's
a
talk about
fourth
it.
string receiver that is requesting a trade. I don't want to talk about it.
No, let's talk
I don't
about
wanna
it.
talk about
No, let's talk about it because I
don't wanna talk about it.
No, because I want to
piece about this motherfucker at the beginning.
No,
of this
I don't
shit,
want
bro.
to talk about it.
I want to talk about him real
Talked
quick.
about this episode 1.
Bro, I want to say something because I got the complete opposite opinion from I think everybody. Everybody wants to smack him. They think like, what are you doing? Like you're requesting a trade. I'm gonna defend Nikhil Harry.
Oh my God,
I'm
you're
gonna
being
know.
Gordon
Yeah, I
today?
wanna know
Jesus
what's
Christ. I'm Justin and it's Gordon over there.
Here's why I'm gonna here's why I'm defending Nikhil Harry. Okay,
Jesus.
he came into the league after being a dominant force, not only in the field but physically as an athlete. He's a physical specimen. Okay, he came into the league, he got injured stupidly in the preseason. He never got a full off season to gel with Tom Brady. He never got a full season to like acclimate. By the time he came back, he was hobbled together. It was like week 12, I believe, of his rookie year. That was when we lost to I think it was the same year we lost to the Titans. Next year he comes back. It's his first year with Cam Newton. Again, he's got a quarterback switch. Well, I mean, come on. Are we going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt? You took him in the first round. It was the first ever offensive skill player that we've taken in the first round of the Bill Belichick era. We clearly saw something in him, and he was injured due to you guys playing him stupidly in a preseason game when he was already tweaked. He tweaked something in a practice. Yeah. They put him in a preseason game, and he injured it even further and missed like 12 weeks of the season. Then, obviously, he's not gelled. Now you bring in a new quarterback, okay, and now you're going to look at this guy and blame him for not performing. I don't understand how you can't give him the benefit of the doubt here. That's just my thing.
So I'm not blaming him for not performing. I just think for someone who has gone through all these trials and tribulations and hasn't had the opportunity to perform to the best of his ability, who the fuck are you to come over here and request a trade? And no, it's not even like okay, we're gonna drop me and I think I want to do something else. He got his agent to go into the room and be like, we want to formally request a trade, like he's some big Magoo. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is this schmuck?
Because I think he's looking at it saying, I'm a first round talent, and because I was injured in the Patriots, I never got a chance to get a proper footing and develop a relationship with a quarterback and get into a groove. The Patriots have slid me down into like 4th or 5th in the depth chart.
He slid himself down there.
But did he though?
Well, why wouldn't you just stay with
Noah, you got something. Noah's got something to say. He hasn't spoke once. Come on now, with that hair.
When N'Keal Harry walks into his office, what do you think Bill's reaction was?
Get the fuck out of my office.
He laughed.
Get the fuck out of my office.
I think Bill literally looked at him and said,
what the fuck are you doing here?
Okay. All right, yeah, you'll be up by tomorrow.
I would love to be a fly on the wall.
Peace.
Doesn't even look up. All right, go ahead.
Thanks. We'll get a 4th round pick for you. I appreciate it.
Hey, who just walked in?
Who is that? I haven't seen him in weeks.
I got it.
Is that one of ours? Like, who is that guy?
I got shit to do,
He calls the secretary. He's like, hey, get that guy's name on the way out. He's out of here.
Who the fuck you just let in my office? You're fine too.
You just letting anybody in here?
Where'd you get this guy? Was he working at McDonald's? What the hell is this guy?
Bill, you picked him with the first round pick.
I don't recall.
It didn't happen.
He's been injured.
Best abilities, availability. Wasn't available. Get out of here.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, real talk. You just really can't request a trade.
Dude, he has no substance or ability or actual track record to have the ability to formally request a trade.
That was just the silliest thing. I did see that pop up on my phone yesterday, 2 days ago.
This is me.
The score app. I was like, what? All right. Makes sense.
I don't care.
But
I don't care.
But if you're the Patriots, right, would you rather trade him or cut him? You'd rather trade him.
Which is going to give me the most money?
Well, if I trade,
at that point, I don't.
You're not paying him. You're not paying him a lot.
That's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. He's on a rookie deal, so if you cut him, you're not really saving much. At least if you trade him, you can at least maybe get like a late draft pick or something.
You're gonna get like a 4th or 5th or 6th round.
Yeah. So if I'm them and I'm like, and he's potentially in the chopping block and he's like, trade me, you'll be like, all right, yeah, we're gonna get rid of you for nothing. I guess we'll take a 6th round for you.
Yeah, literally.
You know,
that'll be the most disrespectful thing. But the thing is, it's not even that disrespectful because he hasn't done anything to deserve anything higher.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't had any performance. I personally think if he goes to the right situation, like if he ended up with a good quarterback, like you know where I'd love to see N'Keal Harry go?
The Rams.
I knew he was going to say that shit.
No.
I knew he was going to say that shit.
No, you want to know where I want to see him go?
Where?
The Washington football team. They don't have a good. They don't. I don't. They got Ryan. They got Fitzmagic down there.
Yeah, they do.
Fitzmagic can sling it. Okay, after Terry McLaurin, you know, Curtis Samuel. They line him up in the backfield 50% of the time. Like, get them a good downfield deep threat, healthy, athletic N'Keal Harry. I think he'd be great.
That would be kind of
down to the Washington football team. I don't know. That's my thing. You guys got anything else before we get out of here?
Nah, man.
I'm done.
I can't wait for game 2 though.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for game 2.
Game 2. I don't want to hear nothing else.
Was game 2 what? Tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
No, what do you got? You got anything for us?
Nah, we're good.
All right,
He's I fucking guess. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, we appreciate you guys as always. Episode 8, they're kind of flying by, boys. We're just gonna keep stacking them up. We hope you guys keep listening. We got everything going on YouTube now. Follow us on the Hedge Better YouTube. Check out the Trenches playlist. Check out the playlist for all our other shows. Check out our Instagram at the Trenches _HB.
Rate us.
Follow us. We got The Real J Fine. We got Don Gordon and SK Evans. That's not the actual handles. That's just kind of the gist.
Yep, boys.
But you catch us on social media. As always, we'll see you guys next week. We'll hopefully have a good guest for you guys, and we got more Trench Talk coming your way. We appreciate you.
Subscribe. Easy.